Most people think dumbbell sumo squats are one of the easiest leg exercises in the gym. You grab a dumbbell, spread your feet, squat down, and stand back up. Simple, right? But here's the surprising truth. A huge number of people doing this exercise are actually training their body the wrong way, putting stress on their knees, missing their glutes, and turning one of the best lower body builders into a wasted movement. So the real question is, are you strengthening your legs or quietly sabotaging your progress every time you squat? By the end of this video, you'll not only know the correct way to perform dumbbell sumo squats, but you'll also feel the difference instantly in your glutes, inner thighs, and hips. Let's start with the mistakes, because this is where most people unknowingly go wrong. Walk into almost any gym and watch someone perform a sumo squat. The first thing you'll notice is that their feet might be wide, but their knees barely move outward. Instead, the knees collapse inward as they squat down. That small movement might seem harmless, but it completely changes how the muscles work. Instead of activating the powerful glutes and inner thighs, the body shifts stress toward the knees and lower back. Imagine trying to open a heavy door while your feet are sliding inward. Your body loses power and stability instantly. Another extremely common mistake is treating the dumbbell like it's just a weight to hold rather than a tool to guide movement. Many people hold the dumbbell loosely in front of them, their shoulders rounded, their back slightly hunched, and then they simply drop down into the squat. But the body isn't designed to move efficiently from that position. Think of your torso like the foundation of a skyscraper. If the foundation tilts forward or collapses even slightly, everything built on top becomes unstable. In squats, that means your hips lose power and your spine takes unnecessary stress. Then there's the depth problem. Some people barely bend their knees and call it a squat. Others drop too quickly and bounce at the bottom. Both approaches miss the real purpose of the movement. A proper dumbbell sumo squat is not about moving fast or shallow. It's about controlled tension, guiding your hips through a powerful range of motion, where the glutes and inner thighs do most of the work. So before we even talk about the perfect technique, ask yourself something honestly when you squat. Where do you feel the exercise most? If your answer is knees, lower back, or quads only, there's a strong chance your form needs adjustment. Now let's start building the correct movement step by step. Imagine you're about to lift something heavy off the floor. Your body naturally prepares itself by spreading your feet slightly wider than shoulder width. That wide stance is the foundation of the sumo squat. Your toes should point outward at roughly a 30 to 45 degree angle. Not completely sideways, but angled enough to allow your hips to open. This small detail is incredibly important because it allows the inner thigh muscles, called the adductors, to assist the glutes during the squat. Next comes the dumbbell position. Hold one dumbbell vertically with both hands, letting it hang directly between your legs. Your arms should stay relaxed but stable. The weight shouldn't swing or drift forward. Think of it like a pendulum hanging straight down from your shoulders. This position keeps your center of gravity balanced and helps guide the squat downward naturally. Now here's where many people have their first light bulb moment. The movement doesn't start with bending your knees. It starts with pushing your hips slightly backward. Imagine you're trying to sit down on a chair behind you. As your hips move back, your knees begin bending naturally. This sequence protects the knees and loads the powerful muscles of the hips. As you descend into the squat, focus on pushing your knees outward in the same direction as your toes. Picture the floor beneath you and imagine you're trying to spread the ground apart with your feet. This simple mental cue instantly activates the glutes and prevents the knees from collapsing inward. Your chest should stay lifted and your spine should remain neutral. Not overly arched, not rounded, just strong and aligned. A helpful trick is to imagine holding an orange between your shoulder blades. This encourages the upper back to stay engaged and prevents your torso from collapsing forward. Now let's talk about depth. A good sumo squat lowers your hips until your thighs are at least parallel to the floor, or slightly lower if your mobility allows it. But here's the key. Depth should never come at the expense of control. If your lower back rounds or your knees cave inward, that's your body telling you to adjust the range. Pause for a second at the bottom. Just a brief pause. This pause removes momentum and forces your muscles to stay engaged. From here, drive through your heels and push the floor away as you stand back up. Your glutes should contract powerfully at the top, but avoid leaning backward or overextending your spine. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, that sounds simple enough, but the real magic of the dumbbell sumo squat appears when you start paying attention to muscle engagement. When done correctly, you should feel a strong stretch through the inner thighs at the bottom and a powerful contraction in the glutes as you rise. Let me give you a quick analogy. Think of your hips like the engine of a car. Your knees and ankles are just the wheels transferring that power to the ground. If the engine isn't doing the work, the wheels take unnecessary strain. In squats, when the hips aren't properly engaged, the knees become overloaded. That's why mastering hip movement is the secret behind stronger, safer squats. Now let's layer in some intermediate improvements. Once you've mastered the basic movement, focus on tempo. Instead of rushing through repetitions, try lowering yourself for 3 seconds. This slow descent increases muscle tension and builds strength through the entire range of motion. Then stand up with controlled power, not speed. Another powerful tweak is the foot pressure technique. Most people think about pushing through their heels only, but the truth is your entire foot should stay connected to the floor. Imagine a triangle under your foot. The heel, the base of your big toe, and the base of your little toe. Keep pressure evenly distributed across those 3 points. This creates a stable platform and prevents wobbling or imbalance. Now let's talk about breathing, because this is often overlooked but incredibly important. Before you begin each squat, take a deep breath into your core, not your chest. Brace your midsection as if someone is about to lightly punch your stomach. This creates internal stability around the spine, protecting your back and increasing strength. As you push upward from the squat, exhale slowly while maintaining that core tension. This breathing pattern keeps your torso stable and prevents the lower back from taking over. At this stage, many people suddenly realize something surprising. The exercise feels completely different. The glutes activate more strongly, the movement feels smoother, and the knees experience less pressure. That's the moment when technique turns an ordinary exercise into a powerful training tool. Now let's move into advanced tweaks that take dumbbell sumo squats to the next level. One advanced method is the pulse squat. At the bottom of the movement, perform 2 small pulses before standing up. These short pulses increase time under tension and challenge the inner thighs intensely. Another advanced technique is the pause and squeeze method. Lower yourself slowly. Hold the bottom position for 2 full seconds, then drive upward while consciously squeezing the glutes. This teaches your brain to recruit the strongest muscles in the movement. You can also experiment with slightly adjusting your stance width. Some people feel more glute activation with a slightly narrower stance, while others benefit from going wider. The key is finding the position where your hips feel powerful and your knees track comfortably with your toes. Let's pause for a moment and revisit the most important lessons. The feet should be wide with toes angled outward. The dumbbell hangs naturally between the legs. The movement begins with the hips moving back. The knees track outward. The chest stays lifted. The descent is controlled, and the rise is powered by the glutes. When all these pieces come together, the dumbbell sumo squat becomes one of the most effective exercises for developing strong glutes, powerful legs, and stable hips. But knowledge alone isn't enough. The real transformation happens when you practice the movement with intention. Instead of rushing through sets, treat each repetition like a chance to refine your technique. Feel the muscles working. Pay attention to alignment. Small improvements compound quickly. Here's a challenge for you right now. Stand up wherever you are and perform 10 perfect dumbbell sumo squats. Even if you don't have a weight, focus on the stance, the hip movement, the knee alignment, and the controlled pace. Notice how different it feels compared to a rushed squat. That difference you feel? That's the power of proper mechanics. Every great athlete, every strong lifter, and every experienced coach understands one simple truth. Mastery comes from precision. When you take the time to learn the correct movement patterns, your body becomes stronger, safer, and more efficient. So the next time you pick up a dumbbell for sumo squats, remember, you're not just doing another exercise. You're training your body to move with strength, stability, and purpose. Keep practicing, stay patient with the process, and each session you'll feel your squats becoming smoother, deeper, and more powerful. And who knows, the next time someone watches you perform a perfect dumbbell sumo squat, they might realize they've been doing it wrong all along.